So, welcome to our podcast.
Hey, it's the first official podcast. We finally did this.
Yeah, first podcast.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, so I have prepared a list of things for us to talk about today.
Chaotic organization.
We were talking before we started filming that we both were going to have our masks off, and he was going to still have his mask on.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
My beer's a little issue.
Mr. Social Distance himself.
Social distance.
Okay. So, little introductions. First of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Austin. I am the lead trombonist in Gateway Brass, which is pretty fun. I joined them last year at the beginning of the year when Nate and Augie pretty much just came up and were like, hey, you want to do a brass band? And I was like, cool, that sounds fun. And that's pretty much me. I'm a computer science major, which is fun. All right, Nate, tell us about yourself.
Well, hey everybody. I'm Nate Swift. I'm one of the co-founders of Gateway Brass and currently the head leader. I kind of started this band on a whim. We were out on a band trip, and they were like, "Hey, we should go play at the street corner." And we were like, "Damn, that would be kind of fun." But we only had like one second line song, so me and Augie, the other guy, came back to campus, and we're like, "We should make a brass band together." Looked up a couple things. We found some charts. Had a meeting. No one showed up except Chelsea. Shout out Chelsea. And then over the summer, we got lucky that there were a bunch of new people here, and we were like, all right, let's just try to convince these people, kind of cult-like. But, here we are. I'm also a music performance major, big emphasis in tuba, so it's a vibe. What about you, Drew?
I'm a first-year member, but it's my fourth year in pep band. Mm-hmm. So this is some crazy stuff. When Nate started it last year, I couldn't make a full commitment. I knew I couldn't, so I was like, not gonna do it this year. But I loved seeing you guys perform. It was a beautiful thing. So that's why this year I made some time.
Yeah.
I made time. I wanted to be a part.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here,
yeah.
man. Dude,
mechanical engineering major, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be a part of the trombatones. Is that what we called it?
Trombatones.
Yeah, Gateway Trombatones.
Trombatones. Because it's mainly trombones, and then I'm playing baritone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
So, Nate, you kind of already talked about it a little bit, but kind of like how you're founded. You and Augie mostly just wanted to play some charts and then just looked for people who wanted to be part of it. Right?
It was a dream, dude. Like, I literally remember getting back and just looking at every like brass piece that I could find, and like one of the first videos that popped up was Lucky Chops, actually, the Stand By Me. That's kind of one of our staples now, but I remember seeing that for the first time, and I was like, bro, check this out. And he was like, dude, this is sick. You want to go get a munchie meal? And that's kind of that's what it went, bro. Like, we went.
I love it.
3 hour. I mean, we just talked about it, and we talked like what our plans were for the band, and how we were gonna go through with it. And we were kind of worried over the summer, not gonna lie, because we didn't have a lot of people who were down to be in it. A lot of people didn't believe that it was actually ever gonna take off. And so, like, I remember me and Augie were talking about it. We got like, dude, you got to announce this at band camp. We have to announce it. I think that he mentioned something briefly, but I remember stumbling upon you, Wade, Hazel, Naomi. Sam wasn't there yet. You guys were in the hallway, and you guys were playing 3 a.m. bounce. Yeah, you guys were playing someone was playing 3 a.m. bounce on their phone. It's probably Wade, but yeah. And I was like, yo, you want to play that? And he was like, yeah, bro. And I was like, well, we got a brass band, and I have the music for it, and I got a music for a couple other things. And I think that's what started to pique everyone's interest. And so me and Augie were like, all right, let's make a meeting. We put an announcement in, and like we had that meeting in GCBC where enough people showed up, and I'm like, oh, sick. Maybe this will work. So, and then we ended up scheduling. I remember we scheduled a rehearsal for a Friday because Drumline's like, yeah, we don't have rehearsal. And then they were like, actually, we do have rehearsal.
We do.
And so we were in the drum room, first practice.
With
I've seen that picture.
With the not very COVID appropriate, like 13 people in a like 30 square foot room. Is it even 30?
No, it's probably like 20.
It's
20.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
And we had like 13, 14 people all trying to play instruments in there. It was an experience.
It was, yeah. And we tried to hook up a metronome. It was a time. It was definitely a time.
Do you guys all have stands and everything?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. It was, dude, like, you had to be there. It was an experience.
I've seen a picture. I saw how cramped it was.
Yeah, it was a time, man. I can tell you that. So, yeah, we've come a long way since that tiny practice room and the dreams of the charts, and we've come into our own. So, very happy that that's become kind of a thing.
Yeah, and we just had a gig this past Friday, which was pretty fun. This was our first gig after taking about 6 months off, 6.5 months almost off, because, well, we all know what happened with COVID.
Thanks, Rona.
Yeah.
Miss Rona was not kind to us.
So we all kind of just like scattered home once everything shut down, and then we didn't get a chance to come back until like school started again, and then we had like 2 rehearsals, was it? 2 rehearsals, 2, 3
I don't
rehearsals?
even think it was that much, if we're being honest, because we had the rehearsal the first day we were back, and then was it the one the next week? I don't even think I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in.
I was in Payson. If you're seeing this, Maylee,
if you know, you know.
you know. Yeah, and then week 3. I don't even remember what we did for rehearsal.
I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, I think we had a little rehearsal. And then week 4, we didn't have rehearsal because of the One Love.
Yeah.
And so we had like a kind of a mock on Tuesday. We had a mock rehearsal.
I was in class for that one.
You were in class for that one, yeah. So we really didn't have a lot of time to prepare because we also had to introduce
Carl, new members.
Reese, Belinda, Drew, Emma.
Shout out
Izzy.
to all of them, by the way. They did a fantastic job this last Friday.
Shout out to Reese.
Reese
oh
is
my God.
different, bro. Like, and
built different.
Like, y'all ain't even ready for this, but after our rehearsal today, we got some announcements to make, but like, hearing him wail, wow,
right?
Oh, bro, I was like, that man. I stopped playing. I could not play for like.
It was just
it caught me so off guard. I was so impressed, dude. Like, he has some chops by far.
I think his flex on the band page was the ultimate flex there. Yeah.
Which one was that one?
It was him making first chair #1 spot in his all-state band.
He's in Texas.
Yeah, dude. And he's in Texas.
That's
he was literally, it said rank #1.
So he's the best trumpet player in Texas, and he goes here.
That's kind of...
Wow.
I mean, we're glad to have him, but I don't know why he came here.
Right. He could have went to like...
I was talking to him the other day. Yeah. He was like, he wanted to go to, I think it was UT Austin, Baylor, or A&M. But he just chose ECU, apparently. That's what I think he told me.
Wow. Bro, I think as a music ed major, he'd want to go like North Texas. That's there.
That's true.
I'm glad to have him, bro.
Yeah,
That's all I
am too.
Yeah,
Crazy man.
Ooh, bro.
Yeah. So I know we just talked about like a whole bunch of names we just threw out and like kind of talked about that. Why don't we go through and like say who's in the band now and who's gonna hopefully kind of be Gateway Brass this upcoming year?
What do you mean by the latter of that statement? But I can definitely give you the first part.
Like just the members.
The members?
Much, yeah.
Okay. So in our trumpet section, we already introduced our boy Reese. We have a new member. He just joined today, Nate Terry.
Really?
Another Nate in the band. Yeah.
He did?
He came up to us after the gig. He's like, are you guys still have spots open? And I'm like, yeah, of course. We need a trumpet player.
That's
it's like,
awesome.
yeah. So very excited to have him. I've heard him play. He's in my small group. He's really solid.
Oh, yeah.
So excited. We have Miss Chelsea Bachunas. Been here since day one. I love her. She's over reliable, dude. Like anything, she doesn't complain one time. Never heard her complain, and she's
her cookies
adaptable.
though.
Her cookies are amazing cookies. And then she also brings along our #1 fan, Matt Tomovich.
Her boyfriend. Matt Tomovich.
Yeah, love Matt Tomovich. He's our dude. He's our ride or die. He is at every single thing, always trying to be of some sort of way, shape, or help. He's phenomenal. So we're lucky to have both of them with us, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
We got our trombone section. We have you, Austin.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, like you should have seen where this man started and the confidence that he did not have. That man was like literally like a shell. Like he was here.
You know what it reminds me of? Andres.
Yes, except no relapse.
Except no relapse.
He was very, very shy, very nice. He was very shell shocked, I think.
Part of that. I grew up in a very small town.
Mm-hmm.
What state?
Wyoming.
That doesn't exist.
That doesn't
Fight
exist.
If you know, you know.
so I was not used to like the large group experience, like both on campus and in a high caliber performing group, because that's not something I really got in my hometown. Not that our band was bad by any means, but it was less than half the people who actually like cared about band and the music and stuff, which made it kind of difficult to do anything like meaningful with it, which is why I turned to like Allstate and all those other different avenues for that.
What state?
Allstate.
Allstate. For a state that doesn't exist?
I'm gonna edit this out. We're gonna have it.
You know I had to. You teed that up for me.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. But yeah, just the growth that you've had since day one. Like, we didn't even have him, so we had another trombone player, Wade, and Wade was kind of a prodigy. If we're not gonna judge, but he had love my boy, but he was just never there. He had other stuff going on in his life, so it was very hard for him to just be around and be present in the moment. And
phenomenal trombone player.
Phenomenal.
But I remember we would have someone step up, and I don't think Hazel or Naomi were even ready, and we kind of just threw it upon Austin to learn everything all over again. We were like, what, 6 or 7 charts in? Something like that, and we kind of just put it on his plate, like, hey man, you got to step up, you got to learn all of this. And like, as soon after that parent weekend, we had a lot of gigs right after. We had the Cactus one, we had the Palo Verde gig we had to prepare for, we had basketball games, and so like you were kind of thrown in just the fire almost.
Yeah, I think deep down I always like knew I could do it. I had to get myself there.
Get the little push.
And then and then me and Augie were
like,
pushing.
if you guys wouldn't have pushed me in that direction, I probably wouldn't have done what I've done with it. So I'm thankful to you guys for that.
Of course, man. Like, we knew you had a level of greatness to you. We just wanted to help you get to that. Like, because I could see it, like, the passion you had for all those songs that we were playing was there. It was just like, we had to get you out of your headspace and put you into the group's headspace, where even if you did mess up, we still had your back regardless. And I think also having Ken around helped a lot. Like, he helped mentor you into that role. So we'll get to him later, but yeah. And then we have Hazel. Hazel is definitely an interesting character, man. Like, let me think. Like, what would we do without Hazel? She's like one of those jackknives, dude.
Yeah, she really is. Hazel is a
Swiss Army knife, bro.
Even like this past Friday, entire Purple was gone and Austin was gone. Hazel stepped up. Like, that was crazy. Like, Hazel's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I feel like she also has grown as a musician since being here in Gateway. Like, I think she stepped out of her comfort zone as well, because like, yeah, she's like outgoing, but at the same time, she's like a very, very shy person. Like, she can come off kind of as bold, but at the same time, it's like
there's two sides.
There's two sides, and I feel like when she was in Gateway at first, she was very, very timid and like saying anything or just playing.
And in the future, we'll do like exclusive interviews and stuff. Well, I guess exclusive is not the right word, but we'll do like member interviews and like get to know each
You'll
member.
get to know,
This is just like our first podcast, so we just kind of like want to get a feel.
We're just
for it.
debriefing what we got.
Just chilling.
You guys know what's going on.
Yeah, but I remember.
And I apologize if there's a gap in the video. I think my camera stopped, so sorry to anyone watching.
We had an F in the chat. Thank you. Thank you.
But no, it was very interesting because she was like, yeah, I play trombone, but I also can sing. And we were like, sing? You can sing? Because I remember when we pulled out Killing Me Softly, and she started singing it while we were playing, and I'm like, she can sing? Dude, that's all I needed. That's all I needed to hear. And I remember, she was under you, because she originally wasn't in Gateway. She was not a part of the original trombone section.
Was it me, Naomi, and Waze?
It was the originals. And then she came and played auxiliary. She came with Sam. They played auxiliary for our first gig. And then she came over to trombone. And then, her sound has grown as well, because we got her into jazz band second semester too. And she stepped up as a great bass trombone player, because when everybody left, it was only me. And then we got Hazel to come in. So I was on lead because Hazel isn't that she's more comfortable in her lower stuff, and I've played lead before. It's like I'll take over.
She's crazy at the lower stuff,
dude. She has a pretty solid sound for being as tiny as she is.
She can put out some sound.
Yeah, I definitely have mad respect for her, and her style is like impeccable. And like just her personality just brings out the best in everyone around her. Like, yes, she has her days where she's stressing out because she didn't do her homework and studies in GCBC for like 6 hours, but she definitely does bring that all the time. She's a fun person to be around. Who else? We got Carl. Oh, wait, you want to finish? You want to have any finishing remarks?
Well, I was just gonna say, like when we need her to show up, she shows up.
Oh,
she's dedicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything she does, she's dedicated in.
Like, she always has to show us up with the fashion, though. Like, that's kind of...
Her
like,
fashion
come
is
on,
a
bro.
whole nother level.
Bro, like, really. Like, I look like a slob all the time next to her, and she's just like, drip, anime. Yeah, and then we got a new addition. We got Carl. Carl has definitely been a big addition. Big addition to the group.
We pretty much, I think he played the standby solo with us in rehearsal once, maybe twice, and then performed it at the Grand beautifully.
I got a
if he'd
video
been
of that.
playing it for years.
Crazy good. I was sitting on the side, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, no, he's something special. He definitely adds on to the section. It's like we didn't really have to like kind of like, okay, here we go, hold his hand while getting in. He kind of just like jumped in.
Yeah,
he was ready.
Right in.
He was ready to rock, and that was pretty sweet. We got to get him to come out of his shell just a little bit more, get him moving a little. Got to get him moving. Bro.
Yeah,
got to get him moving a little bit. But yeah, that takes time. It takes time. But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, definitely another interesting character to have in the group of chaos that we have because
the puns.
The puns. We got to work on those. Hey, what do you expect? He's from Kansas, little Christian Kansas boy. That's what you gonna get, King. Love you though. I love him. I love him.
We love you.
But
we love you, Carl. Let's get some better puns. We'll work on that.
If you just had better puns, you wouldn't be kicked out of the group chat for 6 days.
And then we also added you.
Yes.
We added you finally. Yeah, I remember you were one of the first people that we were asking to like join our group, and you're like, I'm a mechanical engineering major. I can't do that. I know you couldn't. No. And that's understandable. You have a busy major, and like you've also always taken time to like give to music, even in your busy schedule. Like even in your first 2 years here at GCU. Like I remember when we like first like had our first interaction together, and then like we were talking, and you're like, yeah, I'm a mechanical engineering major. I was only a freshman last year, but now I'm a small group leader.
And section leader.
And you were a section leader. You've been a section leader for 3 years now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, so when I first came to GCU, I was a baritone player. Very interesting story how that happened. That's for another day. But when he was my section leader, and we had a little communication over the summer. Not much.
Because of how things worked out.
Yeah, it was just how it went. Didn't really expect much. Then I get to campus, and I walk in day one. He's like, "Who the hell is this kid, bro?"
My first interaction over the phone with him, he butt dials me at his graduation party. And I don't know what's going on. I hear noises. I hear loud sounds. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. I don't even know how that happened, to be honest. Like, I just don't know how it happened because I have an iPhone. I don't know how, but my phone was locked. So,
yeah,
like,
dude, I texted her. I was like, "Hey, you okay?"
Yeah, I was like,
okay?
yeah, my bad. I was on the way to a sober grad. So, yeah, that was my fault. Yeah, but no.
That was funny though. I was just like,
great first impression.
I was in the middle of Colorado when that happened.
Oh yeah, when you're on your
I was on tour.
Yeah, you're on tour. But no, you. I remember our first interaction. You were just like,
Nathan.
Who are you? Yeah, you literally like squinted at me, and I'm like, what? And you were like, I was not expecting you to be tall. And I was like,
because I remember you were telling me about this at the time when he like first saw your profile on Facebook. Your picture was next to
his best friend.
My best friend.
Really tall. He's
like
really tall.
Yeah, my best friend's like 6'5".
Yeah,
so.
it's like super tall, dude. So he looks like a head shorter compared to him. Mm-hmm. So it kind of just in your mind, you expect a taller person to be average height, and then
you expected me to be short. Yeah, and then
that's not the case.
And then I walked in and looked down at him, and he was like,
"Hi."
I mean, we were kind of the same height back then. We were like the same height.
At that point, we were about the same height.
Yeah, and then I grew more. Yeah, I used to be lanky, guys. Like, it was crazy. Dude, we had the original. We were also in the Grand Council of Yeet together.
Nice.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, I remember.
Shout out to council members.
Shout out to council members. But I remember we all took like that picture, and I look back at that, and it's,
Wait, which picture?
it's the
one in the hallway?
the four horsemen.
The one in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was me, you,
Dylan
Mahoney. That's my president.
Our president.
Our president.
Hey,
Loved-
GCU.
Hey, he almost was in Gateway Brass. If he wasn't so busy doing good for all of us, he was gonna be our. He was gonna
If
be.
he
one of
wasn't
our
busy
trombone-
being our president.
Right. He cares about the people, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, he
But
does.
it was him and Jason Bullock. It was us four in the
Yeah,
hallway.
it was us
And you
four.
can just look at that picture. I go back and look at it, and I'm like, we look like
If
totally.
you want to see it,
different people.
at Grand Council Yeet on
Yes,
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Instagram.
If not, I'll drop a link in the bio.
And
Maybe later.
description box.
Right, description box.
Down in the comments.
Down in the comments. Subscribe now for a surprise picture from the Grand Council. But yeah, that's like, it's a trip because Drew has essentially been like my mentor since day one. Like if you caught us like literally after band camp, we were always together.
We really were.
We were
We were either
literally-
getting breakfast, lunch, or dinner together.
Or we were taking naps in 18.
Dude, best time.
Dude, it was prime.
No cap.
No cap.
No
Like,
cap.
That was good times.
That was good times.
And so
I'd be like, I'm doing homework, and then Nate would just be,
all right,
all right.
I'm on my way, and I do homework. You do homework. You pass out. Get some Chick-fil-A. Call it a night.
Get some frosted lemonade. Make our own frosted lemonade.
Yeah, back when we didn't have frosted lemonade, and you had to buy the ice cream and the lemonade separate, and you would just dump the ice cream and give it a good stir, bro.
Woo. Oh man.
Those are some times. But yeah, he's kind of the one who helped me grow into the person that I am today.
And I'm proud of who you become.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm proud.
I really am.
And now we're like a tag team. We're section leaders together. I'm a small group leader. He's a brass captain.
We're both student workers. We're co-workers.
Dude, I can't say that on the. We mess stuff up. I'm gonna say that.
We go.
We go hard.
We go hard.
But yeah, so Drew has definitely brought another atmosphere to our band. You definitely have. You brought that kind of another father figure to the group.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Another one. So yeah, our trombone, or what is it?
Trombone.
Trombone section is pretty stacked, not gonna lie.
We did Barry Bones for the pep band group, so we're gonna switch it
Yeah,
up.
no, that makes
We're gonna
sense.
switch it
And
up.
then we got our saxophone section, very stacked. Oh my God, we have
Mr. Austin Reed, I'm very.
dude, Austin. Okay, the story behind my roommate, by the way. So me and Augie were still trying to set up this band and whatnot, right? And well, since Austin and Augie were roommates, he was like, hey guys, well, what day would you guys do it? And we're like, oh, maybe probably a Saturday or something. He was like, well, if you make it a Sunday, I can put it in my schedule and I'll play with you guys. And we're like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, I'll play Barry. And we're like, sweet, okay. So I remember before we had that meeting and everything, it would just be me, Austin, and Augie jamming out in there working on all the music. So, but Austin is just a freak of nature when it comes to music. He's not even he's a music minor. But he wasn't even going to do that when he came here. He was pre-med because he wants to be a doctor. And he just comes out all the time and will surprise you. Comes up with something new. Like literally, he figured out how to do the Leo P squeal. He bought the Loudenser, which if you don't know, literally is just a traffic cone that cuts and it drops one of his notes a perfect fourth lower. He took that to a game and
For those of us who aren't musically inclined, what's a perfect fourth?
a perfect fourth. Oh, it's an interval in music, so it's like, oh shoot, the lights are coming out. Although we'll still have the lights, but
Oh, maybe not.
We'll still have,
we'll still have these. We have
Probably
vibe.
shut up too.
And ladies and gentlemen, now you have the yeah.
Now
Welcome
we
to the
can dive
segment.
in.
Gateway after dark.
After
Dark.
after hours.
If this ever gets posted anywhere that's not YouTube, all of the lights at the tennis court and the soccer field just turned off. So now we just have a couple of string lights.
Yeah, it's okay.
Some of the bulbs are out.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't
think,
know how it looks on camera, but it.
Hey,
looks
we'll
super cool
continue.
here.
We'll continue the podcast anyways.
Oh, yeah.
We're still vibing. But yeah, back to Austin Reed. That man, literally just, I can't even describe. His ear is phenomenal. He is
crazy.
an outstanding performer for coming from Alaska, where literally that's also part of his personality trait. Love you, bud.
That's all he talks about.
Back in Alaska, we had to climb 14 miles in the snow on the back of our moose, and on the way home, I had to kill a grizzly bear and skin it and wear its fur simply just to survive.
Exactly.
Literally, but no, he said, literally where their movements were literally just they maybe take a two-step at most. And you see this guy perform, and he literally looks like he should have been performing his whole entire life. And then also the hair. Like, I miss the long hair.
The long hair made him look like several people.
Steven Tyler,
Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars.
That's a good one.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Let's be real.
The white Jesus, of course.
White Jesus.
White Jesus.
Yes.
But yeah, he's just like, and he's just a great guy in general. Like, he's a great addition. He's a good mentor to most of the people in the group. So,
as Woodwind captain,
does a great job as Woodwind captain.
For those of you who don't know, when we're talking about captains and section leaders and stuff, we're talking about the Thundering Herd Pep Band, because we're all members of that as well. Mm-hmm. Well, most of us.
Yes. I think, no, all of us are.
Ken.
Oh, well, Ken was a...
Ken's an alumni.
Ken's an alumni.
Yeah, he's an alumni.
We are not sponsored, but let's make that clear. We are not sponsored by the Thundering Herd Pep Band, so, let's just say that now. So, no copyrights, not affiliated. Not affiliated. We don't take anything from them. We just are simply a part of that group.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is after all that. But yeah. So like having Austin, dude, he always brings something to the performance that just rocks your world entirely. Like
the second time we were at the Grand, when he and the other saxes did the breakdown before Funky Town.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that was, dude.
Did you know they were gonna do that?
No.
I had no idea they were gonna do that.
No.
They broke into like 7 different songs and played for like 3 minutes straight before we even started Funky Town.
Right. I didn't even know what was going on. I knew they were going to do the Home Depot, but I didn't know anything else.
Depot?
Yeah, they did the Home Depot theme, but like then they went into like 6 different charts, and I'm like, what is going, like I did not know what was going on. And that's thanks to Ken Sandoval, our next member. He's our tenor sax player. Ken is probably one of the most inspirational figures, just not even for us, but just precedent of GCU music in general. He's what you'd call just the blueprint of a blue-collar worker. He even admits that he started off as kind of like a subpar saxophone player, and he came out, he's phenomenal. He played every single saxophone. Like my freshman year, sophomore year, played every single saxophone in different ensembles.
Yeah, he did. I remember
He originally was on tenor in jazz, then switched to bari, and then he played alto in wind ensemble.
Yeah, he did. He played alto and wind ensemble that first semester.
Yep, and just like he was a master of all trades, and like his recital his senior year,
that was beautiful.
Dude, one of the best recitals I've ever seen in my life.
I was emotional that day.
Dude, go watch. It's on YouTube. Look up Ken Sandoval senior recital.
Yeah.
It's on there. Phenomenal. It's an hour long, but it is worth that whole hour.
Him, Hunter, and Austin,
and Ryan.
All phenomenal.
And Dana.
We can't forget Dana.
Can't forget Dana. But yes, he was crazy. Definitely love watching him. He stepped into a very big mentor role for me leading this band. He's not in charge of it, but he gives me a lot of good advice on how to handle certain situations and how to carry on as not just a musician, but as a business person. So really love and support Ken, because he does everything for us, like for real. And he's also written 4 originals for us so far. 4 original charts. Yeah, we've played 2 of them. 2 of them to come soon. I'm not going to reveal anything else about that. That's all you get out of me, guys. Sorry. But yes, he writes us. Yeah, a little. But a little, yeah. So definitely love and appreciate Ken. And then we have Jay. Now Jay also I would describe as a trooper. Also one of my roommates. But like like he didn't play tenor coming into college, right? He doesn't know how to read.
I thought he played alto.
He played alto, but in a Gateway, we were like, can you play tenor? Because the other saxophone player at the time, she couldn't play tenor either, but she was a flute player.
Who's the other?
Sarah. Sarah was the original, yeah. But no, so Jay was like, I'll learn tenor. And we had to like jump through hoops to get him one, but like he literally learned every single chart on tenor, not really knowing what he was doing.
Switching from alto to tenor, I've done that before. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Switching keys is hard.
Yeah,
like that.
he switched a whole key. And like the way that he played tenor all the way up until this year, until him and Ken switched just because of distance and instrument situation, because he didn't have one at home. He had his alto. But he learned all the music on tenor.
And then, like, we learned it this summer on alto, basically.
And he just relearned it.
Yeah.
He just relearned all the music, because he was still, like, on the tenor mind track. But, like, dude, the way he ripped on it last year on tenor, too, like, he learned all of that stuff. He has such a good ear, dude. Like, we sitting in the room, and he just was like, that's that, that's that, that's that. His J-Core, Spotify, eclectic taste, really good taste in music. Like he brings, he just
His
brings
comedy
it.
sense.
His comedy, dude,
is on a whole nother level.
You gotta, if you guys get the chance, just talk to Jay and be like, Jay, I want a joke, and prepare to literally laugh or be very concerned. No,
There's no in between.
no in between.
No in between.
No in between.
We're
So,
not exaggerating either.
It's I've heard some of these, and
When I went to the Grand for the first time with y'all after the fight night, I was laughing and very it's literally.
yeah,
I was just like,
it's really
you
bad.
okay?
It's really like, I think somebody should see psychological help after hearing some of those jokes, because I'm still kind of, oh man,
Shell shocked.
down. Yeah, that's all I'll say about
Yep.
that. If you know, you know.
Yep.
And then we got our percussion section. Now, this is probably the most interesting section that we have. Well, who do I start? I'll start with Mr. Israel. We just added him. We talked about adding him a couple months ago, but I don't think at the time we had 3 drummers. We already had 3 drummers at the time.
Who were the
It was Nick,
Nick,
Coulter,
Coulter,
and Taylor. Taylor was our original drummer.
Taylor.
Piot. You didn't know he was off campus. I knew him from one of my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was a great drummer, but he was going to a new music school, and he was working, and he was in my friend's band. So like, he had a lot on his plate. And now he's getting married. Congrats, Taylor.
Congrats, Taylor.
Dude.
Never met
So
you.
so hyped for you. I need an invite. I better have an invite to that wedding.
Speaking of weddings,
We have
Ken's wedding.
too. Also,
Yeah.
shout out Ryan.
Ryan making
Ryan.
that poster.
Dude, we're gonna post that too. We're gonna post that on our Instagram, but just
I got some gripes with that poster. Not with the way Reese brought that in the car,
yeah.
and it was just I got smacked in the head by the poster.
You got beef with a
He had
poster.
to bend one of the corners to get the
No, he didn't bend the corners. A little bit, but it wasn't. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not
it's not bad. But
It's not like creased. It's just a
Okay.
little like.
But it
All right.
is- yeah.
Ryan, we love you. We much appreciate. Oh, kitty.
Aww.
We
Anyway,
love cats.
We love cats here.
Yes.
But yeah, so shout
Shout out to
Ryan.
Macy.
But yeah. But yeah, so Taylor was our original drummer. But yeah, so Israel was still he brought the vibe. He was the vibe. of
Oh my
Gateway
god!
Brass. Like,
My first rehearsal at Gateway, the Virgin Mimosas.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, we made a joke about having mimosas Sunday, and he walks in with like 2 bags of apple cider and orange juice, and I'm like, what
And
is
ice.
this?
You can't
And
forget,
ice.
He brought ice.
And we were like, what is this? And he's like, dude, I said we're having virgin mimosas. And so like, dude, first practice, like that's a great way to make a first impression. Like, no cap.
It was
No cap.
fantastic.
Dude, I love him for that. And just the energy he brings. He brings a more rock style to it, but dude, he brings it nonetheless. He
brings
performed very well. Like, I didn't even realize that him and Coulter switched for Funky Town.
I didn't realize that either. I
They
thought
did?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
At the
with you.
gig yesterday? Or Friday?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think he performed.
No, he performed on Moonlight, and he performed on Funky Town. Yeah, he played on Funky Town.
Wow.
You couldn't even tell.
Okay. Props to you, Izzy.
Yeah, dude, he's
Seriously.
an absolute unit, and he's in the nursing program. Dude, like, dude, he's balancing a ton of stuff.
He was in the band my freshman year.
Yeah,
On trumpet.
yeah. And then he switched to. And then he took a year off.
He took a year off, and then he switched to. He came back last year.
Also, fun fact: he played for GCU soccer. He was on the
He was a
soccer
D1
team.
athlete.
He's a D1 athlete. He was redshirted for half of the year, but he played nonetheless. Like, he was a good soccer player. So, like, props to him. Because the team's really good. They won a WAC championship.
Yeah.
So, like, props to Izzy, bro. Like, he's a unit. And then I want to say, next up, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the most eligible bachelor on campus, Coulter Bonarati, bro. Dude,
That man.
dude, nothing but respect for my king. Like, that man literally is just the embodiment of just goodness.
That's my roommate, by the way. It's fantastic.
I'm trying to think of a word that describes
Wholesome.
Coulter. Wholesome?
Wholesome.
Yeah, that's
Positive, wholesome, just
Wholesome.
dude. Like, he's always happy, and even when he's sad, he still finds a
He
way.
finds. I was like,
to
"Hey,
be
Coulter,
joyful.
how you doing?" It's not too great right now. I'm like,
I,
"It's gonna get better." He's like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. It is." And he
I
picked himself up.
literally had like full-blown conversations with him when
Mhm.
it's like I'm just like walking around. We'll slide in random conversation, ask him like how he's doing, and he says something about like not being super good, and then I don't even like really have to try and console him because almost immediately after that he starts talking about all the positives that are going to come from this negative that happened in his life. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be like
and that's just him as a person, and he's so sweet with the ladies. Like, oh my God, like you'll never find a better gentleman than Coulter.
That video that he posted.
He's a gentleman, dude. He's
Wow.
classy.
He's
classy man. Classy man.
Whoever gets to marry Coulter is going to be a very lucky woman.
You will be a very lucky woman. Like that
Yes.
man will. I don't think that man could ever do you wrong.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think he will. I think even if he does wrong, like you will know that he is sorry and he will do anything. And is like he is.
He's one of the people who's like, I feel like he'd apologize for something before it happened.
Right. Hey, I'm just gonna let you know now. I'm sorry for what?
what?
I don't know yet, but I will make it better. And like, dude, just oh my God, great guy. Like, and but besides being a great guy, he's a phenomenal musician. That man like knew nothing about second line music. He was just a solid drummer, and then comes out and just rocks every single chart.
Especially after Taylor left,
Yeah.
Coulter only played on like 3 of the songs, and we're like, hey, we have a month before we're playing for a 3-hour set. Learn 20 new songs.
And the other thing, crazy thing about that too was he literally like would be gone from rehearsal because he had church band and wouldn't show up to certain rehearsals. He's like, dude, I'll learn the music, don't even worry about it. And I'm like, okay, man, I trust you. And literally will come out and rock. You tell him one thing and he'll fix it immediately. And just not even just his drumming, his piano playing is phenomenal. He has perfect pitch. He can sing anything. He can play anything. Just like you give him one note and this man's already.
Man's a killer with uncomfortable pillows.
Uncomfy pillows. Uncomfy pillow plug. Check them out at Uncomfortable Pillows on Instagram. I don't think they have a Twitter yet. But yes, check out Uncomfortable Pillows. I think they have a YouTube. I don't know.
I think they do.
But yes, he is one of the founding members of that. He's a great dude. You got to check him out. Like and he's also a worship arts major, dude. He writes some solid stuff. I'm just saying, Coulter. We're blessed to have Coulter.
What major is Jay?
Jay is psychology.
Really?
Yes.
I meant to ask that earlier.
Yeah, Jay was psychology. Coulter's worship arts. And then we have our other member who's also in Uncomfortable Pillows, Nicolette Lococo. Now, she was an interesting addition because we asked her originally, and she's like, no, I don't play kit. No. And she came to our first gig, was there. She came to our second gig and was there. And by the third, she somehow was in our band. I don't know how. I don't know how she ended up becoming in our band. I'm dead serious.
Really?
Like, Augie never told me. She just was there. And just was auxiliary. She's always been auxiliary and just she's such a she's a phenomenal singer. The soul in that woman's voice makes a grown person.
I saw the videos from
dude.
was it the Paulo Verde or Cactus gig where both Hazel and
That was Cactus.
the Cactus. I saw videos where both Hazel and Nick sang, and I was just like, wow.
I think I would say that almost no one has better control of an audience than Nick when she's speaking or like
That's true.
getting involved with the crowd. She has a way of like engaging the audience that's nothing like I've ever seen.
Dude,
It's fantastic.
she's so charismatic, bro. And I just think like, dude, it's just her personality. It's so warm and loving, but fun at the same time. Like she knows what she's doing, dude. Like.
Absolutely.
And like she's so goofy at the same time, but is also a very talented musician.
Yeah.
Like, she'll knock your socks off, dude. You don't mess with her. Like she's tough as hell.
Yeah.
But she is also like very soft. Like if you guys have time, ever have time to just like listen to Nick sing, like I love her on Attitude Dance. I love her. What else does she sing on?
The rap.
She raps on RVA, but there's another song that she sings that we play. That was by Ken. It's Attitude Dance. It was Attitude Dance. But if you ever have the time to just hear her sing Crescent City,
oh my
God,
dude,
it was beautiful.
It's literally a spoonful of gumbo in your mouth. Like it warms your heart listening to her sing.
And that's not an exaggeration either.
Like it's so soulful. Like dude, I'm just thinking about it right now, and I'm like, man. Also, we are also co-D1 cornhole champions, so watch out. That's my baby. She knows it. But yeah, I love Nick. Dude, if you ever get a chance, just wholesome being, great energy, great vibes. Always there to help pick you up. And then we also have Emma. Emma just recently joined.
I forgot about her.
She's also on auxiliary
Yes.
percussion. Another wholesome being, also Nick's roommate.
Watching the two of them interact
Dude.
just makes my heart happy.
Dude,
It reminds me of us.
Yeah.
It really does.
They're the female. It's the same character, different font.
It really is.
Same character.
really
The right idea, but
the wrong female dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But they those two together are just inseparable. The energy is immaculate. But Emma, as herself, has proven to be a talented musician and a percussionist. But she's also a violinist. She's now a music minor, not a music major anymore. But honestly, we might get her on fiddle for a song. It'd be kind of sick. She also can sing too. We're excited. We got a new project coming up where you might hear not only Hazel but Nick and Emma on the same track. So
Another teaser.
But like, I want to hear those three sing together more. Like, that would be just such a powerhouse. Just a powerhouse of absolute mayhem. But yeah, that's really our whole band. We'll take the time. I'll talk about Augie too.
Yeah.
Augie is the other co-founder, one of my closest friends. Was supposed to be my roommate, but due to circumstances, he can't be with us this semester. He's going to be back the next semester, though, hopefully. But really talented trumpet player. I think with Augie, more than anything, it's kind of the grit and willing to backpack.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of rough stuff going on with him in general, but it's just always the grit of being able to make it work.
Yeah.
And overcome through adversity.
Very blue collar.
Very blue collar. I think that's also and we both feed off of each other's energy, because we're both super goofy together and we know how to have a good time, but I'm way more of the outgoing one, kind of can just do what I need to do, get people inspired, and he's the one that holds the fort down. He's the one who holds the fort down and makes the stuff work behind the scenes, because Augie handles a lot more of the emails and all that, and I'm more of I interact with the band. He's also very meticulous when it comes to the music. His ear for jazz is pretty solid.
Yeah.
And how it's supposed, technique and how it's supposed to sound. So, he's a very crucial part. They're whipping an RC over there, bro. Come on.
I gotta bring mine out.
Why?
Man, an RC to the skate park. All right.
There's an RC track not too far from here. The fact that I know that.
You need more hobbies. Dude.
I do.
Yeah.
But it's a fun hobby. RC.
So, yeah. I guess. I haven't RC'd a car since I was 5.
Yeah.
I dropped a couple hundred over the summer. Nice. We'll talk about that later.
This man needs to get laid. Oh, man.
Oh, I gotta tell you something later.
Oh.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Oh.
Wow.
Can I get an F in the chat?
I think the next pick is in.
And we're on to the next pick. So, what do you got for us, Austin?
All right. I meant to ask you this beforehand, but I forgot. So I'm just gonna say it. But I was thinking that we'd try and do these at least twice a month.
Okay.
Ideally, we'd like to do them every week, but I know that's just not going to happen with everybody's schedules.
Well, I think we could pull it together. We can get a couple solid. If we were to plan it out in the group chat or something, we're like, hey, which week are you going to go? So people can plan ahead of time to reserve a spot.
So we'll shoot for once a week.
If not, at least twice a month.
At least 2 a month.
At least 2 a month. So that's a promise to the Gateway
we'll
fans.
do those. And then the other thing, we got some exciting news for those of you who did not come to our gig this last Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so for a long time coming, we're finally on top of our stuff now, because we used to have just a bunch of big ideas but never went through with it. But now we finally have the time to do it and the financial resources to do that. So we'd like to announce that Gateway Brass now has a T-shirt. Yeah, we'll put maybe a link. We'll put a link to that. We'll put our Venmo in the description too. But they're gonna be Gateway Brass shirts. It's gonna have the Gateway Brass logo across. They're gonna be $15. With small, medium, all the sizes. We got you.
As of right now, we cannot ship them. We can only deliver them to people who are local to the
Phoenix
Metro area. I mean, if you want to pay separately for shipping, we can discuss about that later, but that can be in another email or anything. But if you want to order a Gateway Brass t-shirt, what we're going to have you do is Venmo Gateway-Brass, and then you're going to say what your name is, give us your email, and give us your size. So then we can make an invoice and be able to get that out to you once the shirts are in. If you want to pre-order right now, go ahead and do it. It's probably some of the best $15 you're ever going to spend. Quality.
Do we know what the quality of the shirts are?
Oh, it's pretty solid quality. Yeah. I definitely trust the vendor that we chose.
Yeah.
It's all in Ken put this together. So again, thank you, Ken.
Love Ken.
Yeah.
Love Ken.
Props
Thank you,
to Ken.
Props to Ken for that. So yeah.
Okay, and then unless you guys want to talk about anything else, I just have one more thing I want to do as a fun thing at the end.
Oh God! All right, here we go.
He was telling me about this.
So, I have a quote
Okay.
from one of the members of Gateway Brass. I'm going to read it, and you're going to have to guess who said it.
Okay. All right.
All right. I just have one, sadly. Later on, once we get more of them, I might try and compile a list. But for now, we just have one of them.
Who said that ish?
Who was it?
So,
Who it is?
quote unquote, I think that it just got so far in that people didn't see it.
Dude, that was me. I think I said. Did I? No, was it me? I feel like I made like an innuendo like that, and Austin and Emma got on my. I don't think that was at Gateway though. Wait, so I think I got it went so far in. Wait.
I think it just got so far in that people didn't see it.
Can I get context of the night at least? Was it the gate?
I will say you were not there when this was said.
Oh.
So it wasn't you.
Well, it can't be me. Okay. That's something I would say though, if we're being honest. If we're being...
No, this is more of a. It's not something you would remember someone saying. You just have to guess who said it.
Okay,
because
guess who said it.
You were not there when it was
Okay,
said.
so based on that information, I'm kind of limiting it down to a couple people. I feel honestly, it's something Jay said. I think that's my final answer is Jay, because Jay just says stuff like that regularly, and it's like,
Excuse me?
pause? Hey, Red, you looking a little sus over there.
He's in the med bay, doing a scan.
Your Honor, it was not.
Your Honor, I'd like to present All Reliable.
Load him out. If it isn't him,
vote
me out.
Oh, man.
Well, Drew, do you concur? Do you want to
I
go
would,
with someone else?
I would think this was Izzy.
That's a good one.
All right. Do you both lock in with those?
I think I'm gonna have to lock in with Jay. Like that's
All right.
just how it is.
The actual answer is Mr. Coulter
That
Bonaparte.
was my second guess. I'm like, Coulter would say something like that inadvertently, and then someone would be like, that's what she said.
And he's like,
And
what does
then
that mean?
what does that mean?
What does that mean? And then he wouldn't pick up. Oh my God, that is something.
That is
is
something.
exactly
He
what
would
happened.
say so obliviously that he wouldn't know what it means.
That's exactly
I
what
think
happened.
I just got too deep in with her, and that's just what it is. And like he
I
wouldn't.
got too deep with her, and then we didn't end up pulling out about that.
What's the context?
So the context of the situation, me, Coulter, and Matthew were all playing cards in our dorm because we're all roommates. And we have that counting channel in the Discord.
I'm very familiar.
Someone had messed up and put a number that was 10 lower than it was supposed to be.
Was it me?
No, I can't remember who it was, but people just kept going from
Kat.
there. Yeah, it was. Well, no, it wasn't the 659 one. It was a different one.
It was probably Kat.
It's probably Kat's messed up a lot, but
yeah.
she was about 2 a.m. and she's half asleep. And I'm like, you shouldn't be doing this.
What was that, Nate?
I don't know. I just kind of picked up on it, and I was like, okay, I guess. Anyways, carry on.
Okay.
But someone had messed up in the counting channel. I was complaining about it while we were playing cards. It's like, man, people don't even see that
For reference, he's talking about our Pep Band Discord that he runs.
Yes.
Unofficial.
Unofficial Pep Band Discord.
It's the official unofficial. That's the way we like to say it, to be as clear as mud as possible.
Yes.
But I was talking about this counting channel that it messed up and that no one had noticed. I was like, well, how could no one notice that? Because 7 other people had just continued from the number and not noticed. And then that's when he said, oh, well, I think it just got so far in that people didn't see it. And then at that point, we have a quote board in our room. At that point, me and Matthew locked eyes. Matthew got up, wrote it on the quote board, sat back down, and Coulter looks at us. He's like, wait, what did I say?
Yep, there it is. There it is. That's amazing. There was a dog sitting out here earlier, and then a tennis ball comes flying, and we both look, and the dog just looks. He's like, and he's on a leash, but he can't go get it. And I'm like,
that's tragic.
Yeah, it was so sad. But I think that's gonna do it for this first podcast. Thank you guys for listening / watching the probably most terribly edited video. I'm a computer science major. I play trombone. I don't know how to edit videos, but I'm gonna sure try my best.
I have no idea. I wouldn't even know how to.
I might have someone to help you with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't be trash. If I did it, if it's garbage, it was me.
Garbage.
If it's not garbage, it was someone else.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's rude.
Excuse me.
Podcast. We're recording a public podcast for the Lord's sake. No, and with any closing remarks, follow us on Instagram at Gateway Brass. Is it 49?
No, I think it's just Gateway Brass.
At Gateway Brass. Facebook at Gateway Brass. Twitter at Gateway Brass 49. Be sure to subscribe, like our content, go check it out.
Yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, the button's right there. If you like this,
just below.
Then
Notification
watch
crew.
more of it. Yeah.
We might put this on IGTV. Who knows? But
if I can ever figure out how Spotify works with podcasts, it might be on Spotify.
it's super simple. You just upload an audio file. It's really simple. I was able to record. We can even do it on SoundCloud.
We'll figure it out.
You'll see. We'll get there.
You'll see if there's just links in the description.
Yeah, links in the description for a lot of things. I don't know what else is going to be in the description.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude the end of the first Gateway Brass podcast. So, live out of pocket, baby.